Alright guys, what's going on? We are back with another video in a but a different location. I am home visiting my family and doing a little bit of work, and so you get to see the foyer of my dad's office. Everyone say hello to the African safari that's happening back there. But today I wanted to switch things up quite a bit, and I had the idea, since I'm a really big fan of horror and cryptids and creepypastas and all of that whole universe, I thought it'd be a fun idea to talk about the creepiest folk tales, wives' tales, stories from every state in the United States. And where better to start than with the top of the alphabet, with Huntsville, Alabama. And so today we are drinking an Alani because my parents had it and I did not want to spend $4 on a different energy drink. And we're going to talk about Dead Children's Playground and everything that revolves around the paranormal happenings at Dead Children's Playground. So this playground in Huntsville, Alabama, I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, I only tried to do a couple of Google searches, but I'm not sure why the playground was located directly next to their city cemetery. Kind of weird, not exactly the first place that my dream playground would be, but what I was able to find is, this is all according to Google AI, but in 1822, a man named Leroy Pope sold some land to the city of Huntsville, and then in 1924, this land that was a cemetery was expanded, and so I don't know if all the land was privatized, and so they were having a hard time. If they were having a hard time to find land for a different place to put their city playground, but for one reason or another, it is located directly with the city cemetery. And so a lot of people with this playground in Huntsville, Alabama, report seeing the swings moving on their own. They report seeing orbs or even the spirits of these children. And the unfortunate thing is that in the early 1900s, when the country was being plagued with the Spanish flu, the city of Huntsville got hit particularly hard, and it ended up taking out a large portion of the children that lived in Huntsville. And so it is rumored that to this day, many of the spirits of those children decide to stay around the playground for one reason or another. Now, a lot of people, a lot of ghost hunters, ghost hunting YouTube channels, a lot of locals have tried to test their will and their level of courage by doing things in this playground. A lot of people try and stay overnight, and it was reported by a group of friends that they went and tried to stay the night at the Dead Children's Playground. And what is reported by them is that as they noticed the air getting cooler, they heard the quote-unquote unmistakable sound of children giggling. I want you to picture this. It's pitch black outside. You are surrounded by old playground equipment. Maybe they're creaking in the wind. Maybe it's the spirits of these children. And you just hear the reportedly disembodied laughter of children. How would you react? I'm a YouTuber now, so I'm going to ask you to let me know in the comments below. For me personally, I consider myself a relatively brave person, but I am not sticking around. Sorry if I'm camping. I'm not trying to get haunted by these children, not trying to have them follow me home or anything. But yeah, if I'm out having some fun with some friends and all of a sudden I am just minding my own business and then I see out of the corner of my eye a small shadow of what's potentially a ghost child, I'm leaving. As much fun as I might be having or not be having, I'm getting out of there. Quick little energy drink break. But one thing that is nice is that visitors will often leave toys or flowers or candles, balloons, as little mementos of respect for the children that lost their lives, that for some reason or another are drawn to stay to this little piece of land in Huntsville. For me, it's a very wonderful, loving, but also kind of dark reminder of the happenings in this town, but also the power that potentially is held in this small little playground. I know that I like to joke around a lot and stuff, and I laugh and I make stupid jokes every once in a while, or all the time, but it is important to acknowledge that the stories surrounding the Dead Children's Playground come from a place of suffering and deep sadness. While these paranormal experiences might be fascinating to us that are into this kind of thing, or us that are still living, they're rooted in some real tragedy. It's a place where grief and the supernatural can intertwine in very unsettling ways. So what's the main takeaway here? Whether you see it as a particularly fun, spooky little ghost story, or as a reminder of those small children that lost their lives, the Dead Children's Playground remains a chilling piece of the heart of the history of Huntsville, Alabama. So if you're ever in Huntsville, it's probably worth swinging by and giving it a visit. Whether or not you actually believe in the paranormal or any sort of afterlife at all, probably fun to just swing by and see what the playground has to offer. It might change your mind. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening to my ramblings about the Dead Children's Playground in Huntsville, Alabama. If you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. Oh, I hate saying that. Ew. Anyway, if you've ever visited a haunted place, be sure to drop it in the comments, guys. Drop it in the comments. Leave a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. And turn on that notification bell. And that's all she wrote for today. Holy smokes.